Why is Goldbacks different from the NORFEDs?
Okay. When we started Goldback, I spent the time and I read it was about a 50-page case that the FBI had against Bernard von Nauthaus. Because if you start a project like Goldback, I don't want to end up like Bernard von Nauthaus. You know what I mean? I don't want to go under house arrest. I don't want, I'm not doing this to get thrown in jail to make a point. I'm not looking for a hill to die on. And honestly, I was pretty nervous about it. So were the co-founders. I mean, we were really nervous about starting Goldback because, looking what happened to the Liberty Dollar, we didn't want to suffer a similar fate or really do that to anybody that was buying Goldbacks. Um, so in reading this case against NorFed, I boiled it down to about 13 different bullet points of complaints that the feds had against the Liberty Dollar. And then I was careful not to do any of those 13 things.
Very good.
Right? It's like, hey, this clearly failed for you. I mean, you wandered into the dark forest first and died, like what are all the things that got you? Um, and as I studied the case more and more, I got to really understand it. A big part of their case against the Liberty Dollar, here, show the coin again on the
Wait,
back.
you want the back of it? Here you go.
Yeah. What does that say on it?
Dollar?
$20. Is it a dollar though?
No,
Okay. Do you think that might be a problem?
absolutely.
Okay. Because here's what happens. I mean, and not to rip on this guy, I know he has dementia now. But he would go, there's a video of him on the Learning Channel, and he goes up to these girls at like a kiosk, that sells sandwiches, and he says, "Hey, this is the new silver dollar." And he buys sandwiches with these. And the girls, like, they've never seen it before, they don't know what silver is, they don't understand precious metals. Those girls went to the bank at the end of the day with that $20 piece and they tried to deposit at the bank, and the bank told them that they didn't have $20, they had a $20 silver design piece. And how do you think they felt? How do you think their bosses or their managers or the owners felt? You know what I mean?
Those young girls got in trouble, and they're
They
basically,
got in trouble. And by the way, when they did that $20 silver piece, silver was $8.
oops.
Oops. So as an MLM, huge profit margins because the round should have been $10 or $11, but they were selling it for 20 and they were spending it as $20. So there's a huge cash incentives to pass these off as dollars, which they're not. And Bernard von Nauthaus's thing is, well, you don't have a monopoly on dollar. Anyone can make dollars. It's like, that's the battle he chose to fight. That's not the battle I chose to fight. I didn't want anybody to confuse a Goldback with a dollar. And part of that is the Goldback is just worth a lot more than a dollar. We didn't want them to have federal images. We don't say in God we trust. We didn't want them to be horizontally oriented. We didn't put dead presidents on them. Um, I didn't want the dumbest person to think that a Goldback was a dollar or for anybody to have an incentive to push a Goldback off as a dollar. If you're spending Goldbacks on sandwiches, it's because the business owner somewhere knows that they're accepting precious metals instead of dollars. This is a precious metals purchase. And I think that's the right way to go about it. Um, so that's why we do it that way. Um, and so far, we've been okay. We've passed legal muster, and the Goldback is a lot bigger than Liberty Dollar ever was. In fact, the Goldback is the biggest, most successful local currency project in American history.
Oh, nice. Good for you guys.
So yeah, we have almost $250 million worth of Goldbacks out there.
Oh, congratulations. That's huge.
It's pretty big. It's gotten really big, and I think this is still early days. I think this is still ground floor. I think this is still, I mean, this is Bitcoin in 2014. It's still early for the Goldback.
Well, I don't work for you guys at all, but I use that a lot. I tell people all the time. I said, this is like the early stages. I said, this is the beginning. So yes, if you believe it's a collectible right now, wait until more
Just
states.
wait. Just wait.
Yeah.
I mean, wait until we do a new state and we have to make 20,000 limited early releases to meet market demand. And the old states had, 8,000 or 4,000. And somebody wants a 50-piece set of all the limited early releases for all the states. Just wait. See what happens to the value.
Well, hello, everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. You know, when I was a kid, we did this every day in school, and I believe we need to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.